Hey everyone, this is Scott from Forgot to Grow Up. Welcome to our latest cinema chat. Today I'm chatting about Spider-Man's Back in the MCU. It was announced today that Marvel and Sony have finally reached a deal to bring keep Spider-Man, I should say, in the MCU for a little bit longer. We're getting at least one more solo Spider-Man movie and one more Spider-Man appearance in an MCU movie. That's not the Spider-Man solo one. And that solo one's going to be coming out on the release date of July 16th, 2021. So we got only a couple of years not even a couple of years, less than 2 years to wait for that next Spider-Man film. But this is great news. It was only like not even 2 months ago that they announced that Spider-Man was leaving, and this was disappointing news for a lot of us. I was very disappointed that Spider-Man was leaving, that they were going to leave, that they were taking him out, and it was all over money, and I was like, just share the money, all you billionaires. But I'm glad that they were to come to some arrangement. They didn't mention what kind of financial arrangement they came to. It is kind of suspected that, from what I read in the article at least, it does seem like Sony probably wanted to keep the same deal and Marvel maybe capitulated to that, but I find that a little tough to believe. I feel like some kind of deal was actually struck. But again, this is really exciting. I'm really glad. It was just so disappointing to think that we had only gotten a few appearances of him, especially after Spider-Man Homecoming, with them making this whole build-up of the fact that Spider-Man's going to be taking over for Iron Man, and then giving us the bombshell of his identity being revealed, and then they announced that that he wasn't going to be in the MCU any longer. So that was the main reason why I was really disappointed, was because I wanted that resolution to the things they had set up in Homecoming. So I'm really happy about this news that we're going to get at least one more Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, in the MCU movie, so that they can at least tie it up, give us a nice ending for it, and then another appearance. I suspect his appearance is going to maybe be in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. That's my guess, as a kind of way for them to kind of throw him into the multiverse, to throw Spider-Man's character into the multiverse, and then that kind of be the way they let him leave the MCU proper and then enter the Sony Spider-Verse, as it were, which if that is the route we go from here, I will be less disappointed than I was a month and a half ago when they just announced that we weren't getting any more. The fact that we're at least getting a couple more, and we kind of know, I trust Kevin Feige to give Spider-Man a proper send-off from the MCU if they are able to come to some continued arrangement after this, whether that's Disney's just biding some time before they buy Sony completely. I don't know if they can do that. Antitrust things, if they, maybe Fox deal cost them a little bit too much. But regardless, I'm still just happy that we're at least going to get at least two more. If they don't have some kind of continued deal, if there's some plan for after these two that they announced today, that they actually announced, that's the part I like, that is actually Kevin Feige and Sony actually telling us themselves right out of the horse's mouth, as the expression is, because I hate when we get all this kind of speculation kind of news, and I like when it's right from Disney or right from the company who the information's about. So I like that we have a little bit of a closure, in a sense, that we know we're getting at least one more solo Spidey, one more solo Tom Holland Spider-Man movie to wrap up that trilogy, hopefully, and then one more appearance in the MCU, hopefully, to kind of wrap up also his time in the MCU, if that's the case. If not, hopefully I do hope that they come to some future deal where he kind of maybe is in both camps, maybe he's a little in the Spider-Verse, a little in the MCU, but if not, I'm at least happy that they've given us some kind of closure, that we know that there's two more. We don't have to we don't have to get our hopes up, in a sense, if that there is going to be more, that they might come to some deal. They're telling us there's two. That's all we've come to a deal for so far. So that's all we can't get our hopes up for more. So we're gonna have some closure at least. So yes, that last little part didn't go as well. But anyways, that's all my thoughts on Spider-Man coming back to the MCU, or not entirely leaving the MCU, or Spidey's back. That's the point. But yeah, I'm happy about that. But be sure to let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you guys as excited as I am about Spidey staying in the MCU for at least a little bit longer? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. But thanks again for joining me today. Sure, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and have a good one.